fast, fatal, hard impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off, with this series, quite a bit of things have been going on. Deku and Aki. In the last part, they ran into a situation where Vadacha came to visit Deku at his apartment, and he almost discovered Aki was there, and she was a bit too comfortable here. Now, Vadacha talked to Deku and expressed to him, in a way, he sees Deku sort of like a son. The man has made him proud with where he's come from where he started. And Deku, he was nervous as hell. And Vadacha, he just thought that Deku was still suffering from his vision quest. Now, granted, he was. He still had a lot of things to go through his mind, a lot of things to comb through, and a lot of issues he has to settle with himself. Not only does Deku have these issues, Aki has them as well. Aki feels like she is too close to humanity, while Deku feels like he is too far. Deku, he knows a lot about things, but he does still have unresolved issues about where he had on Earth. The unfinished business he had was not going to college, not having a proper life. Deku, right now, he knows he outlived generations that died. They all died before he did. And Deku, he does feel a little bit of survivor's guilt because of that. However, he's also at least trying to just calm himself down. And you do also at least have Aki. Aki, she thought that she was a bit too close to humanity. She knew more about human things than she did about yautja things. She, in the best terms actually, was just confused. She wanted to go take a visit to Yautja Prime, learn a lot more about her people, and even maybe put down her blades temporarily. Take a break. That's what she thought. She's never done this before in her life. However, she's willing to give it a shot because of exactly how little she knows about her people. Now, with that being said, we do at least open to Deku and Aki. They're both at the apartment, and Deku, he is currently training on the roof. He's moving around and trying to get used to playing, in the best terms, with the whip. Deku, he's using Valsikal's gift, and while he does have the whip in one hand, he is moving it around and making sure he can mash this weapon. He's been able to get it to constantly move around and not slap him in the hand, face, or torso, or back. And he is very curious. Deku going to try and perform a move. Deku going to ring up his hand and go to grab the whip as he is going to try and roll it around his arm. And Deku, while he's trying to do this, the whip, yeah. Eventually it does just pull before going flat. Now, Deku, after that does happen, he does just go to pull around the large stick that he does have behind his back. He does go to look at it before he does go to drop the whip and bring the stick up into both hands. Deku feeling around the stick to see exactly where he can put his hands at and what will be the most comfortable. As whenever Deku does find that, he actually does go to twist something, and the stick, it does actually ignite. One side of the scythe does shoot out and appear, and Deku, he does just stare at it. As he does just go to look at the weight on this thing. The weight on it has barely shifted, and right now this thing's at perfect balance. It's so intriguing to him. This is an actual plasma weapon. Deku's just wondering. The yautja, they do have some pretty advanced stuff, but this is new. If his scientists even knew he had this thing, if he hid it from them, they'd probably tear his apartment apart just looking for it. And they wouldn't even be able to find it because it would look like a fucking stick. Now, while Deku does have that going through his mind, we do at least have where somebody they do go to call him. Deku going to actually look down at his phone after pulling it out of his pants and going to answer it. As he is going to put an earbud into his ear and at least go to say, hello? Oh, thank God you finally answered. What's up? Listen, I've been trying to call you on Kaylee's behalf. Okay, so what is it? Are you sitting down? I already want to hang up my phone. Okay, fine. I get it, man. Listen, I'm still confused about what happened to you. You leave for 3 weeks with the alien chick and come back and hide in your apartment? What the hell happened a month and a half ago, dude? It's complicated, okay? That's all I really want to tell you. Listen, John, what I experienced, it wasn't normal. I'll tell you that much. Uh-huh. And exactly what did you go through? Well, let's just call it a powerful hallucinogenic nightmare. And call it that, alright? Okay, sorry. Stop getting aggressive. Actually, please try and stay mad, because I feel like you're gonna pass out whenever I tell you this. Okay, John, you're pissing me off more. What the fuck did Kaylee want to tell me? Okay, well, and the best way of saying you have family on the Ark. I'm sorry. What? You have family on one of the arcs. I do? What do you? Okay, this is a prank. You're bullshitting me. You're saying I have family members on the Ark. Last time I checked, my parents are dead. And I never really messed around like that back on Earth. Yeah, actually, that's sort of the thing. We had a recent scare, and this is sort of what led us to this. What do you mean a recent scare? Well, we've been trying to test the genetic diversity, thanks to David. David takes blood samples of everybody, and he catalogs their quirks, and he's set up his own system to give the yautjas their blood. Uh-huh. And through categorizing things, he decided to take a look into other ARC records. He tried to categorize them, and he even tried to test them himself. However, he stopped whenever he found these people. He did? Yeah. He went through probably, I think, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 records of each arc. And he found these people. Our machine, in a way, it thought it alerted us to something different, but we learned it wasn't that. We thought we were getting a negative match, and we thought that somebody may have stolen another person's identity to get on the Ark. However, the alert we got actually notified us that these people, they share genetic coding with you. I don't know the exact number, but it's very close. In fact, through more advanced methods, we found that these people, they're related to you through your father. Deku just sitting there stunned for a minute. It takes him a minute to register that he just fell backwards on his ass, and his legs gave out. Wait, what? Uh, you... You mean... I... My parents, they had another child? Huh? I'm sorry? My... My parents moved on. Actually, that's the other thing. Do you know if your father had relations with other partners, maybe? No, I don't know anything about that. Why are you asking me? Because it isn't exactly all there. From what I understand, Sasha Midori is the only match found. Really? Yeah, so that's another thing. We've tried looking through records you found on the internet, and we believe it to be another ancestor, maybe? A different genetic code, not your mother's present. Huh. That's, uh, that's a bit hard to understand. Yeah, birth certificates, dates of birth, a lot of stuff like that that we can use to confirm. It doesn't exactly match our records too well. However, that's just it. We believe it to the person who was your ancestor, or these people's ancestor, and your sibling. That sentence just sounds so weird. We believe them to be older than you, from what we may have estimated. Okay. I don't know if I like that any better than what you just said earlier. Well, I mean, your parents' marriage would still be intact if that was the case. Yeah, but that's hard to understand. I don't understand it too well, but it sounds complicated. I need to punch something. I swear, if I get any more fucking time, I might actually lose my mind. Listen, I'm gonna go to the training center. Yeah, about that, there's another thing I mean to mention to you. And what exactly would that be? Apparently, from what that old guy, the yautja, Valsy Call, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Yep. He talked about how now, as a potential elite predator, being a predator in general, you can take on an apprentice. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, don't you? How many people are trying to become my apprentice? So far, surprisingly, everybody. You know, I don't know what I should have expected. Yeah, it kind of wasn't. I'm just gonna hang up the phone now because this is very awkward. Please do. John hang up the phone. And Deku, he does try to think. He can take on an apprentice. But why? Couldn't he always have done that? Wasn't there something that said that before, maybe? He must have heard that from somewhere. Who the hell does Volsy Call think he is letting people know about that? He's been trying to keep it under wraps. But now? Really? That being what Deku's thinking. Volsy, he must be trying to do something here. Yes, Deku having an apprentice would be good. Maybe it could help him get in touch with that lost humanity. But there's another problem. The apprentice would stay by his side very, very much most of the day. And that wouldn't really give Deku time to spend with the key. So for right now, he thinks that he can turn it down. However, eventually he might have to take somebody on because of the suspicion. Now, with that being said, Deku, he actually is sort of intrigued by it though. Teaching another person, it is something that he does do. Granted, he does try to teach everybody though. At least as many who are willing. Right now, he does think that he can at least pass that off as a good excuse. He is a mentor to everybody. They are all his apprentices. However, he feels like if he does try to pull that, somebody might try to call his bluff. And right now, Deku, he kind of cannot deal with that. As we do have where he does head to the training center and is immediately swarmed with offers to become an apprentice. And that's something that Deku, he immediately just does go to bring his hands up and wave his hand to all of them. Many of them going to sit down or just go to fall into one knee. As Deku does state that he is not taking on an apprentice right now because he is training all of them. And if he does try to focus on one person, that will bring a great imbalance. Along with that, that would not only show favoritism, but that would show that he is more willing to train somebody than somebody else. And they would always start infighting, trying to gain this position. And they would get nowhere with their training. Now, everybody, they do hear what Deku does say. And after at least all of them they do go to look at each other. I cannot talk today. They all do at least somewhat express this. One person even making a joking remark that doesn't really sound like a joke, talking about how they would have stabbed someone for it. Yeah, that's sort of the problem. Oh, my bad. That person going to at least shut up. As Deku, he does at least go on to explain to them all. He's learned quite a lot of information, and the reason why he's taken off so much time is because of what he went through to become a predator. The fact was, he could have died had he not passed this test. And it is not one where failure really is an option. The thing is, it leaves many scars that are not visible to them. Deku pointing out to his head, expressing that this test was a very long, thought out, and planned mind game from him or himself. Now, everybody they are kind of confused, but as Deku does continue on the explanation, many of them they do kind of understand. Deku, he got put through some heavy shit from what they're understanding. And a lot of people, they do go to just back away. And Deku, while he is thankful, we actually do have where Dark, she does come walking up and ask if Deku is alright. Huh? You're still here? I'm still a teacher. Of sorts. I see. You're running combat training, aren't you? No, I'm not, actually. That is Jackal. Really? Yes. Jackal, he's running the combat training. I'm running the teaching part. You're teaching everybody who wants to learn yautja. Yeah. Are you any good at it? I kind of fucking have to be. Right. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. A lot's been going on. Me and Jackal are kind of arguing back and forth on things. Are you? Yes. We're not too sure exactly what to decide, what to say, or even really what to do. About the baby? Sort of. Yes, no, it's a lot. He wants a boy, I want a girl. Basic as arguments do get. And we don't really know what's going to happen. Can't you just not using future tech? He doesn't trust it, and I don't either. It's accurate, but we don't know what it could do. That's sort of our thing. Yeah, skepticism. Kind of forgot about that. And what about you? What do you mean, what about me? You're not dressed as a space stripper. You are actually in normal human clothing. So, what the hell happened to you? Along with that, you're alone. I'm sorry, what? You're alone and you're not dressed as a space stripper. Please do not say that again. Space stripper? Because I do love that term. It's kind of funny, don't you think? You're trying to cheer me up. Like I just got my heart broken or something. That's kind of how you look. Things not going too good with a key? Well, if you must know... I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I know, dude. Fuck. How long? Let's just put it this way. You two don't hide it very well. And Jackal, he told me a lot of things about the space trip. I'm easy to put two and two together, along with the fact that there's a kind of a dent in the training room. So, it's visible? It's a bit more than visible. So, you want to explain that to me, or am I free to make my own assumptions? No comment. Gross. But good for you. Did things burn? No. Her dad came to my apartment face to face while she was there. Oh, that's not too good. Yeah, that was last week. And he handed me a fucking plasma scythe. Ah, did you? Yeah, I sort of thought about what would happen if he found out. Probably chop me up into millions of little pieces with that thing. Bloody chunks. I almost shit my pants. That sounds terrifying. Oh, you should be there. I almost brought the weapon with me just to show it off. Maybe give a visual representation of what it does to metal. And I don't even think I can imagine what it would do to flesh because I'm scared to cut things with it now. So you're not going to hunt with it. Well, I already did plan to save it for something else, especially with the fact that it's a plasma weapon. Also, I'm not exactly too sure what's powering it, or if hunting would be too easy with it. Yeah, from what I understand about those sort of weapons, they cut through everything like butter. Yeah, they do. Especially when they're probably harder than the sun. It radiates heat? No, but it's fucking plasma, right? Has to be hot to cut through things. That's fair. So, what are you gonna do now? They could go in at least hold up a whip, expressing that he's not only gonna try and train, but he's thinking about at least going after the engineers. You you pick now of all times? I've been trying to recuperate. Space space journeys aren't exactly fun. Okay, I understand that. Jekyll, he told me a lot about what happened. I'm sure he did. Anyways, you're gonna keep this a secret, right? Well, other than probably risking an intergalactic war over you not being able to keep your pants on, I'm gonna shut up about it, yeah. Okay, first of all, it wouldn't be an intergalactic war. Right. Just between two different clans where we'd be stomped out in an instant. Not really, actually. Then what? He'd probably just kill me. And I'm not even too sure about humanity, but you guys would probably be in chaos for a while trying to have a new leader. Especially one that not only the Yautja do respect, but they don't think would do what I do again. So, what exactly? Well, aside from all the Yautja tech probably being taken back, our ability to travel through deep space virtually gone, humanity would be stuck with a broken spaceship up in the atmosphere and all the tech we do have. But yeah, we have access to future tech, but that is modern to them. And, from what I understand, trying to repair a fucking spaceship engine, propulsion system, it was the most advanced thing in its day and age. And it's probably the most advanced thing we have that's busted. The tech doesn't even exist to repair it yet. But manufacturing it would be easier. And that would take way too goddamn long. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So you're gonna hunt the engineers with your ship? Yeah. I know I've asked for certain modifications to be done on the ship. The access to tech we have is good. The trip wouldn't even take twice as long. In fact, I think our trip to Earth was around 2 months, maybe just a little around there. I think now it might actually just take not even a month or 2 weeks. Really? That quick? Yeah, actually. We haven't really estimated it, but we're willing to test it. So, what does that mean exactly then? Aside from being able to track down possible family I just learned about on the arcs, we'll be able to find the arcs and find the engineers quicker. What? Quicker. We'd be able to do everything faster. It Wouldn't even take as long. Along with that, our weapon systems could be upgraded, changed a little bit, incorporate human technology, all that. So, we're finally going to do this? Yeah, we are. But would I be able to come? What do you mean? Hunt the engineers, find the arcs. I mean, I know my condition isn't exactly good, but I want to be useful. Um, okay, that's oddly heroic of you, I guess. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, my mind is still fucked up. Listen, I get that you want to do that, but you're due when? 2 months? Three, from what it looks like? Actually, about a month. Yeah. So are you really sure that's a good idea? 12 days out in space on an alien spaceship? Yeah, I see your point, but maybe whenever I'm done and no. What? No. It would take probably about another year for you to fully even be in condition. Even with the advanced medical tech, you still have a baby to look after. You have a family, Dark. And I'm sorry to say it, but Jackal, at the least, would be the person I would trust in your family. Are you talking for skill or for manpower? He, granted, he'd be out there with us and away from you and his child, but at least he would be functional. I see. I understand, but I still am pissed. Oh, I'm sure you are. Besides, I don't mean to take you out of combat or action, but you understand. I do. Still doesn't mean I don't think you're an asshole. A lot of people think I'm an asshole. Just get in line. Now, Dark, she is annoyed, but she does understand a little bit more about the situation. And Deku, he's just trying to think. Jackal better keep his fucking mouth shut. Especially not even tell John. If he learns about that shit, he's probably gonna try and blow it up again. And right now, hearing about this from everybody, and everybody thinking this, it wouldn't do too good on him. He did weird questions, he's well aware of that, and a lot of people asking many questions. He doesn't even want to think about what the scientists would probably try and ask him. Now, with that being said, I do believe that is a good point to leave this part off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.